Hello and welcome to Sunstar Knits. I am Eleanor and this is my knitting podcast. I believe it's episode 10. I follow a pretty standard podcast episode format. I will have 3 finished objects today, and 2 whips and not lots, but like a couple acquisitions. If I look down, I am looking at my notes on everything. I used the app KnitNote. It's a free app and website that I just use to track all my stuff. But let's start with what I am wearing. Today I am wearing my ranunculus. It is knit with a 100% cotton yarn held with mohair. I don't remember the brands because I got the yarn when I was on vacation in Italy last summer. I also knit this while I was there. I had enough time to do that. And yeah, it's one of my favorites. I'm planning to make another one for my mom. But yeah. So also, quick disclaimer, I do have a bit of a head cold and a sore throat. So I have water right next to me. And I probably sound pretty bad. So please excuse that. So let's get on with my very first finished object. It is my very first Musselburgh hat. Sorry, the brim is a little wonky. So I finished this probably 2 days after my last podcast. It's a bit more green in person, but yeah, it fits me pretty well. It fits my dad as well. It's a bit short on him, but that makes sense because I knitted a bit shorter just because I was done with knitting it. My gauge, I think, was like 8 stitches per inch, and I believe I used a 3.5 millimeter needle or a 3.25. I'm not totally sure. But yeah, it fits me really nice. It looks really good. It's really warm. I already have another one on the needles. That is my kind of when I need a small project to take on the go project, which you will not be seeing it here today because I haven't worked on it in at least a couple weeks. If you want to see it, it's on my TikTok at least a couple times. I will show it once it's a finished object. Sorry. My next finished object is not here with me today. It is actually down in LA. That is because it is, I will obviously put a picture of me wearing it up here, but it is the Sunday winter sweater by November Knits. It is one of my Make 9s. It was a very fun knit. But we're going to go through all the stuff and then I will get into it. So it was a Sunday winter sweater by November Knits. I knit a size 2, which is about a 44-inch bust circumference. My gauge was spot on, 15 stitches per 4 inches. My needle size, I did have to size up to a 6. And I started this on the 3rd and I completed it on the 10th. But it was also the only thing I was knitting on the entire time. So yes, I used Caron 1 pound in the color Midnight Blue and Pound of Love Lion Brand in the color Sugar Cookie. I'm trying to stash bush a bit, and those are both my biggest skeins of yarns and biggest quantities, so it made sense to make a sweater out of them. Again, it was a very quick knit just because it's a worsted weight yarn and I was using 6 millimeter needles. But the reason I gave it to my sister is I just didn't quite like the fit. I didn't like the drape. Both of the yarns are 100% acrylic, and I'm not really liking acrylic right now. Like, I haven't liked using acrylic in a while. So I wasn't liking the fit. I wasn't liking the colors on me very much. So because of both those factors, I sent a picture of it to both my sisters, and Nika decided that she wanted it, and my mom was going down there. So I sent it with my mom and to take it to her. It fits her perfectly, which I was a bit worried about because it even gives her, I think, a little bit of ease, but she is right around that 44-inch bust circumference, but it fits her. She loves it. Hopefully she will use this one more than the last cardigan I made her, just because that one's a bit more out there and this one's a bit more tamed down and good for everyday wear. So that was finished object number 2. Now we're going to move on to finished object number 3. So this is another one of my, sorry, it got dark there. It's a weirdly overcast, cloudy day. I use natural lighting, so things will shift if the lighting changes. Blame Mother Nature, not me. But I made the sweater. I don't think I have a photo. I have worn it, but I don't think I have a photo of me wearing it. But it fits me. It's a split hem, 2x2 ribbing. I did the back ribbing about an inch longer than the front ribbing, just so that it covers about the same area, because, you know, you've got a butt that is a bit more protruding than the front. I don't know why I said that. But again, this is the sweater by November Knits. It is a top-down raglan, just like the Sunday winter sweater. I knit it in the size 2 as well, and it's got plenty of positive ease. I think she makes her patterns to have a lot of positive ease, and I'm not in a lot of positive ease mood. I'm in a very, I kind of want a more tailored fit. My gauge was 16 stitches per 4 inches. I used a 5mm needle. I started this on the 10th, and I finished it on the 20th. I used about just almost under 7 balls of the Wool of the Andes Bulky by Knit Picks in the color Brass Heather. I really like the color. I was kind of iffy about the color. Sorry, there was one of my hairs was knit into it, but not very well. So I was really worried about the color, but I think it looks really good. I had my colors done recently, and because I'm a warm tone, gold looks better on me. And so this just reminds me of like a tarnished gold color. But Wool of the Andes is a 100% Peruvian wool. So it is very rustic. So that means it's itchy. It's a bearable level of itch for me. For some reason, like this sweater I'm wearing, it's not itchy on my chest. Same thing here. It's not itchy on my chest, but it's itchy on my arms. And this was itchy on my arms for a little bit, but it was mostly itchy on my back for some reason, which is weird because I feel like a lot of people say that like it's itchy on their chest or like on their underarms, but I'm like, it's just my arms. I'm not itchy. Like this is a little itchy here because it's like I need to pull it forward, have it come down onto my chest more because it was just rubbing right on my neck. But I don't know. I just probably have weird skin. So those are my 3 finished objects. And we're going to move on to my 2 active works in progress. Active whips. I've started doing, sorry, my dog is probably going to start barking here soon. Yep. So I'm going to let him out. I will pause and I will be back in just 1 second. And I'm back. Okay, I'll probably have to pause again and let it back in, but maybe we can get through a whip before then. So this whip is The Sunday sweater by November Knits. It's all the same last time, just that I'm using Caron in black instead of midnight blue. But this is for my other sister. Same size, same needles. Yeah, so pretty. I split for sleeves like Wednesday. Yeah. If you want real-time updates about my whips, I am pretty consistently have been posting Whip Wednesdays. And I will probably start on some finish it Fridays, hopefully, or finished objects Fridays. I don't know. Weed knitters apparently like the alliteration. But yes, so hopefully this will be done next month. I was really wanting to get this done and be like, I finished 3 sweaters in a month. What? But that would be a good title. That's kind of why I wanted to finish it, like a good title for the video. But I've got a different one thought up, and ooh, it's been sitting on my stairs, and there was a little piece of cobweb. We need to dust. We need to do some spring cleaning, but it hasn't felt like spring. Wednesday, it was really nice. It felt like spring. It was beautiful. I went to the beach with my dog, Swanson, and let him run around on the beach. And I was wearing the Un sweater, and it was too hot for it, so I had to take it off. And it was such a gorgeous, gorgeous day. But let's get on to my second whip, and kind of the one I'm most excited for. Sorry, it's in my out and about bag because there's a bit of a story. Sorry, I think my dog's back, but it's fine. He can sit out there for a bit. Oh, there's that. Sorry. So there's a bit of a story with this. This is my very first self-drafted pattern. I don't have a name for it yet, but I was watching TikTok, and I saw this video came across my For You page of this lady talking about her whips. She was doing a Whip Wednesday, and she was wearing this absolutely gorgeous sweater. And I was really hoping she had made it, and we could So I saw someone had commented like, need to know where the sweater's from. I was hoping she would comment a pattern, but unfortunately, it was store-bought. And I looked it up, and it doesn't look like it's sold anymore, or like you have to get it off of Poshmark or like resold. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I don't have to let my dog back in because my mom came home, and that's why I had to stop the video all of a sudden, because she came home and we started talking a bit. But I am back and ready to finish this out. Sorry, I'm casting off as well while I talk, because I really want this to cast off and start on the sleeves today. Okay, but yes, so I saw a video, and she said it was store-bought of the sweater, and she said it was store-bought, and so I looked it up to see if I could go buy it, and when I saw I couldn't, or when I couldn't find it insanely easily, I then decided, okay, I'll just try and self-draft for the first time. So I watched a couple different videos on how to self-draft, and I think the most helpful was one by Breathing Yarn. I believe it's Self-Drafting 101, and then another one on contiguous shoulder construction, because that's the type of shoulder I wanted to do. I had to look up how to do that because I want the more tailored fit. So yes, I learned how to do that, figured that all out. So this is what the shoulder looks like. I've got a cable, same cable around all that stuff that I've just increased on each side and then shaped the shoulder with, and it's gonna go all the way down the arms. But hold on. So it was, I'm gonna do this. So this is gonna be like a V, and then so it's gonna be like a V here, and then it's gonna cross like that, and then it's gonna snap on both sides closed, and it's gonna be cropped, probably about the same length as this one here. So yeah, I only had to restart completely 3 times. Yes, 3 times, because I couldn't quite get the look I wanted, because I wanted this cable border to go across the back here too. And I was thinking, oh, I can just do it like a normal button band and pick up stitches all the way around once I finish knitting it, and then knit it up the side, kind of like you would any other button band. But then I wasn't really liking the increase ratio, and I didn't know how wide the button band was going to be. So I just decided to cast on the stitches for the border cables, and then do a provisional cast on, knit it the length of the back of my neck, and then pick up stitches along it to continue the top part. And I don't know, it's been really fun. Other than like figuring out the shoulders, hasn't been too hard for me. I'm writing down the pattern as I go, like writing down everything I do and all the stuff for my size, because I'm planning on I'm gonna move you forward more, because the closer you are to me, generally the brighter my phone makes me. Better. Okay, so because I want to make another one in a wool, because right now I found this yarn at Joann's like a week ago, and was going to use it for a different shirt I had just gotten the pattern for free. It's a free pattern, or it's not a free pattern, but I got it for free. Sorry, I'm going to be editing out my coughing too, so if there's big shifts, it's because I was coughing, but decided I wanted to start this first, and I was more into this. So that's what I did. And I got 5 balls of it. It's K&C Essential yarn in the color Camper Van. Unfortunately for me, I did not realize until I was looking at my yarn and was like, I don't think I have enough to do the long sleeves on this I want. That I looked it up and I was like, I don't think I've ever to get order some more, see if I can order it online and have it shipped to me. When I realized it's made for Joann's. So when Joann's goes out of business, K&C will no longer be able to be got. You can't get it. Or at least I don't think you're gonna be able to get it. You might pivot and go to other stores and be allowed but I don't know if it's a Joann company that owns it and they make it just for Joann's. But I freaked out a little bit because I'm not gonna have enough. So I went down into town today and got 2 more balls. So now I have 3.5, which should be more than enough to do the sleeves. But yes, I'm planning on doing, I think they're called bishop sleeves, where it's kind of like I just do the sleeves. I'm not going to do a bunch of decreases or do decreases, and then I'm probably going to decrease like here, like 3/4 length, or like in between 3/4 and bracelet, and then knit like 3 inches of ribbing for the sleeve. But I'm hoping, or I'm pretty sure this will be finished by Easter, and I want to wear it on Easter with actually the dress I'm wearing right now. So it's, yeah, and KNC Essential Yarn is a 100% cotton DK weight yarn. And I'm using a 4.5 millimeter needle for the body, and then a 4 millimeter needle for the ribbing. I did about 10 inches for the armhole, and then I did, I think, like 3 for the body and then 3 for the ribbing. Ish. I just kept trying it on, and it'll probably grow slightly in walking, but I really wanted it to hit my waist very, like be pretty cropped, because I'm only ever going to wear it over something. So yes, that is my very last whip, and if anybody wants a pattern for it, let me know. I will probably have to learn how to grade patterns, which I'm not opposed to doing, but just let me know and I will learn how to grade patterns and find testers. I doubt it'll probably be more like a, hey, I'll post this, and then if you want to test, let me know type thing, because I'm not big enough for anyone to like have a set testing call type thing. Or I just keep it and I don't really sit. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. But I don't know. So yeah, I went to Joann's today. Or I did a bunch of errands. I met up with a friend. Sorry, this is going to be a really dark video, but see if I can figure out how to lighten it in editing. But yeah, so I went to Joann's today and I got some more yarn for this, and then, like I said, and then I got some more essential yarn for another project that I could have. I have 2 different ideas for it, but let me finish this sequence so that I'm doing tubular bind off. I started it this morning when I did one of my finals. I've got that much more to go. Then I can pick up one of the sleeves. So I got, let me open it for you. I got 6 balls of KNC Essential in the color Sequoia. Color Sequoia. And I'm planning on using this. The Crea Bea, I follow her on TikTok and Instagram. But I mostly see her stuff on Instagram when I go on there, because I don't follow as many people. But she is working on some sort of lace. I think it's going to be a t-shirt. And I'm kind of wanting to, I really am liking the lace pattern so far. And I kind of want to use this for that. but I'm kind of scared to do that because if I end up not having enough, then it's like I don't know when it's coming out. I don't even know if it's coming out this year. So I'm like not gonna have a chance to get more yarn. But it is lace. So I'm like, then won't lace use like less yarn? And then also I can just, because it's gonna be a pretty holy like meshy lace almost. It's gonna be like a cover up of some kind. So I can probably make it into like a tank top. So it's either that or the pattern that my green yarn, my camper van, this yarn was originally meant for. But yes, so yeah, today was a fun day. I still have to do some coaching tonight. So I do coach for a swim team at where I work, the pool I work at. So I'll have to do that. But hopefully hopefully people show up so I can spend the full hour and get paid for the full hour. But hopefully I've bound off for this so that I can be working on a sleeve then and writing up the sleeve portion. I'm thinking I could do 2 different types of sleeves, like a short sleeve, long sleeve, and do just like a short, like kind of puff sleeve and then a long bishop sleeve. So I kind of want to do the short sleeve first and see if I like that. And then I can do like the long bishop sleeve when I do a wool version. So yes. And I'm not filming any of this process. I'll probably film my process for the second one when I make that, just because I'm just trying to remember everything I'm doing when I'm away from my tablet versus having to remember to film. And I started this when I was not at home. So I actually started it in a car. So, yes. But I do have 2 more acquisitions. One is a book. So I've been really wanting to try sock knitting. So I got this. It's upside down. So I got this. It's the complete sock knitting guide. Everything you need to know about how to knit socks by Lynn Rao. And it's got a lot of stuff. It's got how, like, measuring your foot size, choosing the correct size, yarn, all about pooling or self-striping, self-patterning yarn, how to knit with like two same socks, different needles. Like it shows you how to like gives you a bunch of sock recipes. So there's cuff down, and then it gives you it on DPNs. Like it gives you it on DPNs, then toe up socks, also on DPNs, I believe. But it also shows you how to do 2 needle socks, which I don't know what it is, but it looks interesting. It's not in the round, it's all flat. And then it shows you how to do variations on the sock recipe. I don't know. And then it shows you like different things you can add on, like different cuffs, like the different cuffs you can do. So like all the different cuffs you can do. And then all the different heels. So like slip stitch heel, garter stitch heel, simple shaped heel, double stitch, short row heel, toe up, gusset, and heel flap. Then the different toes, wedge toe, round toe. Wow, there's a lot. I didn't realize there was so much variation to socks. And then it gives you different patterns. So I have currently 2 different kinds of sock yarns, or 3. I've got a white ball, a variegated orange ball, and then a my one from Scotland, so like purple, green, and black and gray. But my last acquisition are these snaps. So these are going to be for this. I'm going to hand sew the snaps on. I watched a lot of videos on this as well. Kind of trying to do whether I should do machine or hand stitch. And I think the best way to make sure you can't see the thread will be hand stitching. And I chose to do snaps because the whole thing this is based off of, it's based off of a specific garment that I saw, but it's also based off of a vintage pattern or vintage garment that I saw when I was watching one of Engineering Knits. Like, she tried on all of her vintage pieces that she had, and she had this green one that's kind of like this construction, just without the cables, and it had snaps along the side to close. So that's what I'm doing. I'm thinking I'm gonna need 3 to 4 snaps, kind of placed 1 inch to 1.5 inches apart to finish that up. And I don't know if I want to sew the snaps on before or after the blocking. I'm kind of thinking I want to do it before, because I generally block the project how it's worn. So yeah, and those are all of my acquisitions. This is probably a bit long enough, but we're gonna go on and talk about my week, because that's what I want to do. You can leave now if you don't want to hear about my week, but I thank you for watching and wish you a good rest of your week, and a happy Monday, because my videos come out on Mondays. So this week, I'm a college student. I'm 20 years old, so I'm in college, and I currently go to a community college on a scholarship. And the community college I go to uses the quarter system. So I have 3 mandatory, 4 choice 12-week quarters. So fall, winter, spring, and then summer is the optional one. And I am on my last day last week of the winter quarter. So I had all of my final projects due this week. And let me just tell you, I absolutely love Canva, because it honestly takes my test anxiety like gone, because before each test or like assignment, I put in, I'm like, okay, if I get a 0, what grade will I get? And it's generally like not like, it's still technically like a passing grade. And then I'm like, okay, if I get a 50, what will I get? Because I don't ever think I've gotten a 0 on an assignment, but I probably will get 50. It's much more likely. And I was like, okay, it's higher, but it's still passing. So it like lets me see like what threshold I need to hit to get each grade that like I want. So it just like takes a lot of the testing and like project anxiety. And it also lets me like, if I'm not feeling 100%, because I've been sick this whole week, how much effort to like put into something, to like know that like if I get a 0 on one of my classes, I had a final project and a final test. So knowing that like I can get a 0 on this assignment if I get like a on the test or something, which I did get an A on that test, and I took it this morning. So thank you very much. So I will pass all my classes unless something drastic changes. for some reason. But yeah, so I'm gonna go into break and literally just have to do work next week instead of school on top of that. But then this past summer, semester quarter, I've been all online. I've been fully online on my schooling, and I'm going back to one in-person class in the spring. So I'm gonna have to start driving down to my class on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which will not be the most fun, but at least it'll get me out of the house more than just for work. But it'll mean my schedule's a bit busier. Oh, I've got it right in email. Okay, I'm going to close this out because I have to go write a work email about my work schedule that I want over the summer. But yeah. So I hope you all have enjoyed my video. If you've been working on something while watching, comment down below and let me know. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you were working on and if you would even be remotely interested in a pattern for this. And if you have a name for it, let me know. I think it's going to be considered a sweater because it fully closes. So blank sweater, if you have a name for it, I would love to hear it. And bye.